What's good to the tribe? It's Wanaghi. Want to stop by and drop some clips off to you guys. But before we start, stop, hit the like button, and I appreciate you guys. I hope everybody's feeling safe, secure, and as healthy as can be. So I know everybody has been seeing what's been going on over the weekend with the mass shootings in Buffalo, New York, and things like that. I definitely want to send out positive vibes and blessings to those families of people that have been lost. It's definitely a sad scenario, and it shows that racism is still alive and well. And it's not the older folks, it's the younger folks too. It's not these old grandmas and grandpas sitting on porches that can barely move. No, it's the young folks now, taking on traits and things from their parents and their grandparents. Remember, you have to be taught to be these certain ways. You have to be taught hate. Because children, when they're little, they don't see color. Just adults do. But it kind of had me in a mind frame, and I was thinking. And this is nothing in comparison to people being killed, but it just reminds me that people tell people to get over slavery and get over all the bad things that happened to us in the Americas. But how can we when the other side is not even over it yet either? When they still show the evilness that they've been doing for hundreds of years to us on our land, which is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I think about all type of scenarios when I hear about what happened in Buffalo, New York. I'm a big 2A pro 2A. I feel every state you should be able to constitutionally carry. Because I just have a feeling if somebody in there other than a security guard was there, a lot wouldn't have went down how it would have went down. And that's just my point of view. But thinking about this and going back on old videos and things like that, I thought about Rosedale. About 46 years ago, it was a town. And in this town, a bunch of white supremacists, which were adults, had their children out there too, in this Rosedale area. And they're videotaping. And just happens to be that these melanated, carbon-based, black, African-American, whatever you want to say, children were riding their bikes in this neighborhood. Their own neighborhood. A neighborhood they should feel safe in. And things like this happen. They experience racism. And it reminds me of a story my grandfather used to say. He used to say he used to walk to school. Which he walked a mile or a mile and a half, 2 miles to school. Through all weather. And told me that he used to get rocks and everything else thrown at him when he would go through these white areas to get to his school. Which it's crazy to hear about, but it's also crazy to see children experience racism. People think we should get over what happened to us. The Americas is not over it yet. Both sides isn't over it yet. And it's only certain ways this is going to be made right. And people can think about those ways. But let's get into the clips. And excuse the language, but it's not language we haven't heard before. Let's get it.
Our parents said as long as you were home before the streetlights came on, you stayed as a group, you're fine.
It was a beautiful day, sunshine, The children in the neighborhood planned to go on a trip to McDonald's, just have some fun, something different to do.
Rosedale, we thought, was a safe place. We all went down, we were riding our bikes.
And then we saw down the block that there was this beautiful American flag blowing in the wind.
We saw a group outside on the block, so we was like, oh, this is a block party.
The last thing that I remember was someone saying, oh, a parade. And so we went down to go see the parade. And I laugh about it to this day because it was a parade to get the black people out of Rosedale.
It's the summer of 1975. White residents in Rosedale, Queens are protesting black families moving into the neighborhood. These are scenes from a documentary produced by journalist Bill Moyers.
Does he have a right to live here?
No.
Why not?
Because he's black.
This was not the South. This was not Greenville, Mississippi, or Spartanburg, South Carolina, or Atlanta, Georgia. This was right in the heart of the greatest metropolitan area in the country.
We went down to see what was going on, probably in the middle of the blocks. That's when we figured out it was something else. And it was something that we definitely were not invited to.
We noticed that they were running towards us. I was like, wow. Like, why are they rushing towards us, not thinking anything negative? And then we heard, nigger.
They surrounded my best friend at the time, Marina. One of the young men hit her, and they started calling us names. They started throwing rocks.
Hearing the word, hearing it directed at me, why are you calling me that? That's not me. I've always been told, that's not me. I didn't understand. I was like, who do you think you are to say we can't come here? Like, how dare you?
What happened to you?
This little boy, he threw the rock. He tried to hit my sister, but he almost hit me about that much away from me. And I was sure wish he had hit me with that rock. I would pick up the rock right next to me and hit him right dead in his face.
I was just kind of amazed to see that people can act like that, to tell you the truth. That was like really the first where I was like, wow, people do not like black people.
They gonna always do that. They always spit on us like we some dogs. They always gonna spit back on them. Ain't nothing gonna change.
I immediately was reminded of those programs my parents would have me watch with the dogs and the hoses and people trying to vote and being killed and lynched. It went right back to my history in this country. It just linked me immediately with that whole experience because I felt it.
Do you forgive them?
No. No. Can't take back no hurt.
And I didn't know what to do with those feelings. I did not know what to do with those feelings.
So that was just some of the clips. Make sure you guys go back and research on this documentary. Definitely crazy to see it on video and to see children act that way towards other children, which we know it was inspired by the adults. And people wonder why adults grow up to the way they are, or think or believe the way they do. They have to be influenced this way. They're built this way. People wonder why African Americans or blacks or all these things are so confrontational and mean and are ready to go at you at the second or a drop of a dime. It's because we couldn't talk. They wouldn't let us talk or defend ourselves back then. So this is the product you had made. You made us this way. You made us confrontational. You made us want to speak loud when we couldn't speak before and had to shut up when you told us to shut up. You made us this way. So just enjoy this product that you made as we endure this awakening that's happening. People are waking up and seeing what's truly going on. And this awakening is amazing. And people are scared right now. But I love you guys. Just want you guys to see a little bit of racism 65 years ago. And the show, it's not going anywhere. It's been here. It's here to stay. America was built off of racism. So when immigrants, and I don't even like the word immigrants, when foreigners come here, realize what we endured when you're over here. Realize some of the streets you walk on, some of these streets our ancestors and our relatives would call niggas and everything else under the sun. But we had to endure that. You didn't. You just got the benefits that came from it later on. But I love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, definitely share. If you mess with me, definitely support the channel. Feathers up, tribe up, wise up, rise up.